want you to know every single one of these questions that I ask you, go with whatever makes sense to you. I'm going to shape the story. I'm going to make it, everything makes sense. But I want you to just listen to the question and speak your truth. First one we're going to be going over today. Why everybody can't go to the top with you.
Speaking on the subject of the rise to success, I believe that everybody doesn't deserve to go with you to the top. There's a lot of low-key hate. For a lot of years, I've dealt with a lot of haters in my circle. A lot of haters sitting in my passenger seat. A lot of haters just around me. The journey to the top is where you tell who's gonna stick by you, who's gonna fail. But I'm pretty certain that the top is filled with winners. The journey to the top is the hardest part. It's the part where you fail and succeed and fail and succeed. It's the part where you get to decipher who's really with you, who's not. Because on the way to the top is a buildup. And all those failures, people drop off like bus stations. So while you're rising, they get hype with you. But the journey to the top has failures. So when you fail is when you see who's who.
Do you feel like it makes you in a way disloyal to outgrow people, or are you protecting your progress? And why?
There's no such thing as disloyalty when you outgrow people. You're supposed to outgrow. It's just like change. You're supposed to change. You're supposed to evolve. Some stay in the same lane. Some move faster. Some move at their pace, and some don't. Outgrowing somebody is normal. It's part of life. And somebody who doesn't want to grow, gotta go.
How do you know when someone's not for you anymore? That you shouldn't keep them around anymore.
It's like a red flag. You start seeing red flags about people. Friends, females, family. And you start distancing yourself. You see jealousy. You see envy. You don't want those kind of people around you. Winners don't have jealousy in them. Winners don't envy. Winners accept their wins and respect others' wins.
What do you feel like keeps people from growing with you? Are they small-minded? Are they jealous? Is it a mix of a lot of things?
It's definitely a mixture. What stops other people from growing with you is definitely a mixture, I think it's a mixture of jealousy, envy, complacency. Those three things could hurt somebody's ego. You're moving at a different pace than them. Every car on the road is not driving the same speed. And when you're moving at a different pace than people, people get jealous. And it goes back to some people don't respect other people's wins. They see another person's wins and they want those wins for themselves. They're not grateful of their own wins.
Let's dig a bit deeper here. In your own opinion, do you wish that you could take everybody with you? Does it ever feel heavy having to leave certain people behind?
I think it really depends on the people. A lot of times you see potential in others that they don't even see in themselves. So on your way to the top, you have this vision of, this is who I'm taking with me. And then that person falls out. That person doesn't believe in themselves. And looking from the outside in, you can see things that they probably don't see. Or you see their situation and you know that they can change. If they change a couple of things about their situation, they would be where they need to be or where they say they want to be. So when you see potential in other people, you obviously want to take them to the top of you. But their journey is different. They probably haven't failed as many times as you have. They probably don't envision themselves where you are. So you have to, at some point, understand that they're not meant to be in your circle. They're not meant to grow with you. And you have to let them fail because they won't know until they fail.
Do you believe in survivor's remorse? You know, some people feel like, they have to let go of some real friends, or people that they've gone through shit with.
I don't. I don't feel bad for others that don't even feel bad for themselves. I don't feel bad for leaving anybody who doesn't want to change. I don't feel bad for leaving anybody that doesn't want to grow. It doesn't sit with me that long. I live and let go. I realize that that person is not supposed to be around me, and I go. I keep going.
When it comes to business now, how do you know when you've outgrown a partner or a company per se?
When they don't see value in you. You've outgrown a person or a company when you know your value and they don't appreciate it. When you know your worth and they depreciate it. Sometimes you start off with people, partnerships, relationships, connections with companies, connections with businesses, connections with peoples, and then you start to realize your worth and you start to see their worth. It's not really outgrowing or, per se, value. It's just more you start to realize that you're worth more than your expectancy. You're worth more than you're getting paid. You're worth more than the respect that you're getting. And when that happens, you got to just let people go, let companies go, and let things go. Time is money. And the more faster that you start appreciating and valuing your time, the faster you will see the depreciation of others.
All right, now let's talk directly as if you were to give me advice. I'm somebody that is scared of losing others on my journey. I want to focus on my growth, I want to focus on my development, but I feel fear, or maybe I feel guilty about letting some people go.
If I could give advice to anybody that feels scared or worried of people falling out of their circle on their way to the top, on their way to success in business, the one thing I would say is, you were born in this world alone. You're going to die in this world alone. You never know if that person will do the same to you. So I would just say, focus on yourself. Focus on your path. Don't be scared to lose anybody. Don't be scared to separate yourself from anybody. Understand that new relationships and new friendships and new partnerships are needed. If you outgrow that partner or you outgrow that relationship, you're always going to find a better one. You're always going to find somebody more like-minded. They say you make more money off of strangers than you do off of friends and family. That's a perfect saying. That means that your friends and family gotta go. Your friends and family expect more of you than a stranger would. Your friends and family want discounts. Strangers don't. Keep moving, keep evolving, and keep the negative away from you.
What has outgrowing certain people taught you about loyalty?
Outgrowing certain people and certain things has shown me that I deserve to be more loyal to myself than to anybody else. When people ask for a referral or a reference, or do you know somebody that does this or can help me with this, a lot of times you get let down. And that's why you don't refer anybody. The one true person that you can count on and the best referral you have in life is yourself. If you can refer one person with a perfect reputation, a perfect track record, I'm assuming that person would be yourself. Who do you believe in more than yourself?
How would the right people handle your growth? even if they themselves might be having trouble growing, what makes that person someone I consider keeping around?
The right person appreciates growth. The right person congratulates growth. The right person values growth. Life is like a sponge. And the more you learn, the better you are. The more you learn, the smarter you are. Nobody likes a know-it-all. Nobody likes somebody who says, I don't want to learn anymore. I'm good where I'm at. That means that you want to stop the learning. You dropped out of high school. You dropped out of school, period. You don't feel that you need to learn anymore because you've learned the book. You will never, ever learn or figure out the full game of life. Life is a constant growth, a constant book that doesn't ever end. There's no ending to life. You will never figure it out. You have to just read the chapters, appreciate what happens, appreciate growth, and keep going. But you will never finish or conquer the book of life.
Is there a certain story that comes to your head when you think about this certain situation? If you were to not name names or locations or settings, would you want to describe a time that this happened to you and what you learned?
A lot of times. You know, I went from prison to motorcycle clubs to school times to friend times to working to partnerships to business, everything. You know, I can't pick one time where I can say, you know, I outgrew this or this is the moment that, you know, I pivoted. Because a lot of times when you think that that was it and that was the moment that you realize that you can't allow people around you or that you're done with giving people chances, somebody else comes in your life, another opportunity comes in your life, and then you realize that it just keeps going. You have to continue to outgrow people, actually. You have to continue to see things and people for who they really are. It will never stop. Outgrowing people and outgrowing situations is actually a part of life. It's just like the book that keeps going and going. Never feel bad for outgrowing or separating yourself from somebody who doesn't want change or doesn't want to see you grow.
What's the cost of trying to keep everybody with you when you know that everybody can't go?
The cost of keeping everybody with you when you deeply know inside that everybody can't go with you to the end of the journey, to the top, is the cost of losing. It's a loss. I just said the top is filled with winners. If you know this person is not going to the top, doesn't have the potential, then you're hanging around losers. You want to lose. Put yourself in a room of winners and put yourself in a room of losers. See where you fit in. See what's for you. Would you want to go in a room of losers and say, I want to take all these guys or all these people to the top? Do you think you have the potential to change every one of their mindsets? Do you think that you have this power to make every single one of these losers into something? You don't. This is why you hang around winners. Winners hang around winners because they all share the same mindset. They all share the same vision. And you help each other in a different way. You're not trying to make somebody see the light. They already seen the light. They already know what it feels like to win. You're not trying to make some disillusion to something that doesn't make sense to somebody who's a loser. Winners win, losers lose.